What'd you like to be tonight? Mark, do you want to be yourself or you want to
Sure.
be somebody else?
I'll be myself. Yeah, not too controversial tonight.
I spoke with the mayor about getting some ID for the members. So, we go to site visits. People are saying,
Yeah.
what are you doing here? So he's going to order business card for
Perfect.
not on the board. You can just add on a business card.
That would be perfect.
Yes.
Being a single female, I worry about that.
Well, see, I spent the bulk of my life as a teacher and as a male teacher in a middle school. Want an open door policy, by God, you better have an open door policy. Yeah, you don't want to get stuck in a room.
Right.
I figure it's just best to go to the site visit 5 AM and on a, well, you can't in the dark on a Sunday morning. You don't get any questions.
Didn't mind it. No, I guess I'm doing this.
Everybody has cameras now.
But most of them don't monitor them, or they're not
Oh.
turned on, you know, several times, you know, they got those little ring doorbells.
Yeah.
Push that, now wait and wait and wait, so then I start speaking, you know.
I was only kidding, by the way. I didn't.
No,
I
no,
wondered if you were back, Mr. Chairperson. I feel. Right.
Good
Good
evening.
evening. Bill, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Now, a little bit of, Linda will not be here today, so. Taking the notes.
God bless you.
Oh, I put her thing out. I missed that.
We'll just put it up here.
Yeah, we can, he's both tonight. Right hand is Linda.
Good thing it's right. Here, it's gonna be a very short.
It'll be a very short meeting.
Uh, Mark, Kevin, this last week. And Kevin been holding out on us, he had some things he had drawn up, which he'd never shared. To help try to simplify the application process. You know, package for run events. This is what we do.
Oh, thank God. I was, yeah,
Yeah,
that would be helpful for me.
so.
It's a mystery when you first walk into it. It
Yeah.
really is.
Saturday.
It all blends in.
Yeah, must be Saturday. Rather than move, you know.
Well, I had talked to the chair about putting together a checklist of some sort, and I think I
Yeah.
mentioned to you guys, and I started something. You know, based upon things I've seen. And I wrote it up and was sharing it with Kevin. just talking to him as I picked up the application and, you know, he brought up the fact that in the past, when he first started, he had done something. And he gave it to me and, I think it's pretty good. I mean, it's nothing new. It's exactly what the code says. But instead of going through the book,
Right.
it's
Instead of
been
trying to wade
narrowed
through it
down.
all and make sense out of it, it puts 90%
It's
of
making it
it.
easier
right
for
there.
everybody and, you know, the goal will be to put more burden on the applicant. To make sure that what the package they're putting together is thorough.
Right, not on.
Not on Kevin, which is what is happening right now. He's the guy and if something's not there, they go,
Yeah.
he didn't tell me that.
Right.
So,
And then he ends up having to do it.
Right,
right. And he doesn't have the time, nor should he be doing it. And
Nor
because
should
if
he.
something goes wrong, whose fault is it? So, he's put out that thing, that document to you guys in email. And
I didn't get it.
it just landed.
Oh, he just sent it. Okay, I was gonna say,
And,
Did it arrive?
not quite.
Are we gonna take a look at it?
yeah, maybe we could, you know, I'll just kind of take a look at it and
okay,
we'll talk about it. I just think it'll make,
oh,
Everybody's
I was gonna suggest the same thing, because it's so confusing.
well, there's quite a bit of variation in what you apply for here. I mean, take for instance, you know, the one application tonight that is a wall repair.
Right.
I mean, I would hope that,
We can talk in general, we can't talk about.
right, okay, I'm just saying, example of. But I'll stop talking.
I wanted to learn. I've been out of Florida much. Margaret Road, they're all cleared up. I got, we got some surveys, we got some state plans, but. With some architectural stuff. Good old there.
Did those second residences down on Greg Street where, you know, for example, this one's 806, 8604.5 or 8604.5. Did those second residences come after everything else was built? Is that the reason for, they doubled up on the lots, basically? Subdivided and shoehorned in another house. Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna start here in 21 seconds, so. Actually, the Bay Street open next month. Or is it
Probably.
April 4th.
April 4th?
Not that I'm counting.
Now you're keeping track of those things.
Oh,
All
no,
right.
excuse me, April 5th, excuse me.
Okay. Yeah, the fourth is a Thursday. All right, we're gonna start our meeting, planning board of Sodus Point. You'll introduce yourselves, members. Bill McKee.
Bill Cadley?
Bruce Eagner.
Janine Fogarty?
Mark Costich,
Okay, we have a quorum. Mark will be voting since Kathy Beretta is not attending. This meeting was posted in the Wayne Times and it was posted on the village website. First act is to review and approve the minutes of the March 4th meeting. I think we need to kind of, we don't need to make sheet music.
No, no, we could,
I think it's, I think just to say it performs and
seeker was reviewed.
I agree. Oh, yeah.
comments or suggestions.
Other than that change, I'll move that we approve the minutes.
I'll second it.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 It's unanimous. Everybody approved. Okay, that brings us to the hose. They have the final site plan review. Okay, you want to about your experience with the planning or zoning board, what changes, if any?
Oh, they gave me, I asked for a 2-foot variance and they don't like to do 2-foot variances, so they gave me 3 feet. And they asked if I would have the, my surveyor flag the site, and I had my team come over and they did that. So, the site is all flagged for the proposed garage. And we made changes to the, several changes to the garage itself, which are noted on the architectural plans. I am gonna go with 2 overhead doors. And 1 on each end. Yeah, nice idea.
Okay, and you'll have a man door on the east side.
Correct. Yeah, right in the middle of the building, between the 2 double hung windows.
On the drawings, there's a line that runs along the sides just below the windows.
Yes, that is, it's gonna be, that's an addition to, more expensive addition. It's accent color. And what that line is represents the channel for the siding, so it's gonna be the light color on top and the bottom. I think they go up 32 inches, the darker color.
What colors are you?
The light gray or an ash, if you will. I think I've got them right here even.
Would be nice.
And then the charcoal on the bottom. So start with you. This will be the top color. That'll be the bottom color.
And the roof
Accent color, the darker color,
is darker.
the darker. Color. Yeah, okay. Pass it around.
Ash and light gray, right?
And there's many buildings. I just drove by 2 of them on the way out here. One right on South Geneva Road, North Geneva Road.
Now, that was ash gray 17, charcoal 32, right?
Yes, yeah,
And the roof will be
the darker color,
charcoal.
yeah. Nice accent colors.
Ash gray 17 and what else?
32.
And the doors will be
White,
white.
windows are all clad in white trim.
Any windows on the doors?
Yep.
The overhead door?
Yep, there is.
One big one, couple
Uh,
of small.
I'm not sure. He just told me it'd be some decorative door. I want it to look right, of course.
And you have letters from your neighbors?
I do. Yeah, they were presented at
That's
the zoning. Yeah, both of my neighbors. Kevin received them.
A couple in Ponyville. I just kind of took pictures of those today and,
Am I looking at the doors, Mark?
yeah, basically the door
Oh, I
and the
like-
colors. So your plan didn't have any colors and I thought you said white
Oh.
on, white and white.
Yeah, no, he didn't put colors on there.
No,
I only got an email of the stamped architectural plans. I never saw the actual plans. I just got an email from Jeff.
I guess what I was trying to, those are 3 different buildings in Punkyville that all seem to, be somewhat attractive, especially the garage doors as the chair was talking about.
Yeah, and it will be a decorative door of some sort. I don't know. I haven't even been shown my choices on that yet, but I did specify that I wanted overhead doors with some type of fancy.
Well, I think it makes just in those photos, you see the windows and the doors, the carriage.
Yeah, they match, they flow.
The carriage type
Mhm.
door and the cupola. I think, I've seen, in half the metal buildings I've seen have a cupola and it just adds something to make it residential.
It's a cute
Give
pillow.
me a
Cupola, well,
give me a year.
I say mogul.
Give me a year or so, there'll be a cupola up there, because I've thought about it as well.
Well, I think it's a really good addition,
Oh, yeah.
in lieu of, I heard your explanation to the zoning board of why you wouldn't go with a normal siding at the cost associated with putting plywood underneath and putting on a siding. But, it doesn't relinquish this board's desire to try and make things look attractive. So what I guess we're asking that, it be part of the plan to have the garage doors,
Absolutely.
have the
Yeah.
wainscoting like you're talking about, the lower wainscoting. On these ones, if you notice, they put some of the,
Black hardware.
no, they put stone, they put flow stone on the bottoms of these
Oh, okay, yes,
buildings.
yeah,
Which is
the veneer.
like,
Burley's gonna put on there.
early
Yeah.
up on,
So I mean,
Overlook.
the unfortunate thing is our plans don't reflect any of this. They reflect a basic door and no color and nothing, which, it would be nice in the future, I think, Mr. Chairman, to have these details on the plan. I understand he's been here
This, here was,
several times and I don't want to hold that up, but
here was my rough sketch to Jeff, to the builder. Roadside, 10x7 overhead door. I moved back from a 12x7. South side, a 9x7 overhead door. And back then I was gonna have a man door on the south side. Now I'm just gonna have one on the east side. And then this is my rough to him, and I did put that, the ash gray and the charcoal.
and I'm sure that that's what you want to do and what you're gonna do.
Mhm.
The point is that this board wants to see things on the plans such that, when you go to get a building permit, the plan matches what you say you're gonna do so that we're not.
Can we pencil that in, or can I sign a statement or something stating?
No, that's up to the chair. I think that it's gonna be in the minutes and on the record, but we'd like to, I think,
we'll probably work on it.
but we want to avoid that approach.
Well, you and I talked about, step it up and, talk again about getting a little bit more detail on things.
Right. Couple other things. I can't figure out how big the posts are. That's not detail I need to be looking at, but I don't find it in the plans. There's 16 posts on this thing. You've got services to your house, your existing house. Specifically the water service.
Mhm.
I'm concerned about. I think it looks like there's a curb stop right in the column line.
Close.
In
Pretty
it,
close.
it's in it.
And I
Yeah,
asked him
like
how
this close.
he's gonna have it marked. And I think the solution to it is is that if I have, that's why I originally asked for a 2-foot variance. So I could have the building a foot away from where the watermark shows on the surface of the driveway. The zoning wanted to give me 3 foot because they don't like to do 2 feet. So I got it. I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna fight City Hall.
Well, that allows you to put the windows also back, which you're doing, is that correct?
I added the windows since I'm 3 foot now.
Right,
Yes.
which I appreciate.
Yeah, so I put the windows back on because when I was 2 feet, we were gonna.
Right,
wipe
we
the
brought that up
windows.
at the meeting that you
Yeah.
couldn't.
So I guess the alternative is, he's gonna have that, the water department and then have it witched, the water line. So the last thing I wanna do is appreciate a water line to my house, because I don't wanna have to go through that, so. I
Right, but
think-
you only have a variance for 3 feet now, so you can't move the building.
No, I'll make the building 6 inches narrower, I guess, if I have to. Guess a lot depends on where that water line marks up. Somebody told me that, those water lines have a tracer,
Sometimes
right, whenever that was put in, who knows if they did it or not,
they can't find my curb stop.
no.
I have no way to shut my water off.
Oh,
Oh, Mark, for your information, the posts are 4x6. And the corners are,
about 6.
Okay. I didn't see it.
Yeah, like I say, I haven't even seen the plans yet, only an email of it. It was-
In the sanitary, do you know, is that to the sewer that's closer to you?
The sewer is up close to the house.
Right.
Yeah, so we're well away from that.
And.
But if I'm not mistaken, don't they have to have everything marked out though? Don't they call somebody
Well,
before they
it's-
dig?
True. Yeah, they do. And if you trust that, you're going to get a shock sometimes.
Yeah,
Gas is another one that do you have gas?
I don't. No, I eliminated that when I raised the house.
I think, this is a good case that the plans really need to have the best shot at showing services in the future so that,
in the future, it's, we created on.
that's all I have. Thanks, and I appreciate you putting the garage door in.
Mhm.
I think that you're gonna be happy you did
I
that.
think so too. Both my neighbor to the east had it, Karasinski's and, she sits out there all the time and I probably will too.
Okay. Need any questions?
No, I'm good.
Kelly?
I'm good, thank you.
No, I have no questions.
Traffic, anything else?
All set, thanks.
All right. Could we have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the outdoor garage / storage building at 8606 Greg Street. And the applicant has indicated the addition of decorative garage door and needs to investigate the water service location.
We should add to that, Mark, that it should be noted that that the setback has been changed to 3 feet from the application.
3 feet and 5 feet.
3 feet and 5 feet, yes, from that which is indicated on the application of 2 and 6. Yeah.
I will second that.
All right.
I'm in favor.
Mr. McKee,
Yes.
Mr. Traffic,
Yes.
Yes.
that's unanimous, it's approved, but you don't get to go anywhere.
No, I know. I'm here for Monica Mina.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, you wanna tell us about Monica's project?
Yeah, I didn't realize I was gonna stand up for Monica until Kevin called me this afternoon and asked me if I would. And I knew what she was doing. She's just repairing her seawall. It's just repairs. There's not gonna be changes. It's not gonna be wider, higher, deeper, or anything. It's just repairs to her existing seawall.
Well, I noticed her seawall was lower than your seawall.
isn't it straight over? Well, mine has a knockdown in it. But 6 feet of my property that goes over to hers is that's the height that she's gonna maintain,
All right,
the lower, yeah,
so she's not raising it.
no. No, and Kevin said that if he'd known that, he wouldn't have sent it to planning. If he knew that it was just a repair. That's what he told me.
I really, it's only as strong as the weakest one down there. Everybody can have theirs raised, one person doesn't.
There's your weakest link.
Right.
Believe what she's got going on is undermining. You know what I mean? How the-
Yeah, undercut.
Yeah, I believe she just wants to. And maybe have it pointed up at some various spots, if I'm not mistaken.
Do you know how that undercut is gonna be addressed? Are they gonna put, it doesn't indicate that they're gonna input, that they're gonna put sheet pile.
No, I don't think there's any felon. I think they're just gonna point it up with mortar. Concrete. I
I
believe,
don't know what she means by this rocks, boulders, toadstone protection.
Yeah, I didn't understand that
Yeah,
either.
Oh, I
there's
think I know.
stones and sandbags down there right now.
yeah,
does
I
that
think
mean
what
that
she
they're
means
gonna
is to
bring
have
in-
riprap brought in, if I'm
Yeah.
saying that right.
And the toadstone,
In front of the seawall after it's repaired to help with the constant moving action of the water.
I can't speak for the rest of the board, I'm not comfortable with the lack of detail.
Yeah, I went down to look and I still don't know what we're doing.
I had to cross over on the toads, Dean's property, so I could get down and look underneath the deck. And so,
I did the same thing.
And if you need to go back, that's fine. Don't hesitate going on my property, no problem. But other than that, I don't exactly know. I never read her application or her proposal to you folks or what, but
well, we've not much to it.
Well, I'm thinking there, if she went for DEC approval,
Right.
the DEC didn't give any kind of approval based on this. There's gotta be a lot more information. Because they need
If
to
I can
go-
interject, Bill, that is,
Sorry, Kevin's trying to speak in.
yeah, that is right from the DEC approval. That's the drawing and that's the submittal that she did for them.
And they
Really?
Yeah, and they approved off that. So when Monica spoke with me, it was supposed to be go out in front 12 inches and pour a new wall. That's why it was forwarded to you guys. Looking at that though, it's just a repair to where filling voids and putting toe stone. I left it up to you guys to decide if the toe stone was something you wanted to act on or not. The cracks, filling the cracks, that's just a repair. We wouldn't even really put a permit on. The toe stone is the part that I'm concerned with and make sure you guys knew about.
My experience has been that the DEC probably required that. And that's why it's there, and I myself don't feel we should be reviewing a repair.
Well, I can agree with that, but I can say that to the best of my knowledge, all the break walls that we have looked at in a few years I've been here have the tombstone in front.
I would agree.
So if this is just a repair, I don't think we need to hear. Well, I would like to see it raised, but I can't force that issue. So I'll leave it up to the rest of the board.
It sounds like a Band-Aid to me right now, just to unfortunately just make it look prettier.
Yeah, but that one crack, I mean, if you do walk out on the dock and look back underneath the house or underneath the deck, that one crack is,
It's fairly, it's just.
yeah, it's
I
pretty.
mean, ultimately, it's
pretty
going
substantial.
to undermine and
Right.
fail.
Right.
but you're
That's
not gonna
part
fix
of
that,
it,
but
yeah.
by putting any surface on it.
No,
And that's not what she's asking for, so
Right.
I think Kevin hit it on the head. If you thought that she was putting a wall in front of the wall, then it's our privy, but it's,
Putting a Band-Aid on
Uh,
he already has.
I don't think we have anything to do on this one.
I don't think so either.
no, other than to recommend that it at some point be raised to be consistent with the higher level that exists in most of the rest of the area.
Well, that's best we can do. Kevin, we don't need a motion to, do we?
No, if that's the way the board feels, that's perfectly fine.
All right,
Is that for
well,
Bruce or?
I'm gonna just keep it for,
Okay.
we seem to be getting a lot of these.
all right, I'll put it to the board. Is everybody comfortable with this? Sending it back to them,
I am.
I am.
Yep.
all right, that's it.
Thank you so much for stepping in.
Okay.
Appreciate
yeah,
that.
Yeah, she's had COVID and she's kind of down now. She's on the road to recovery, but
Well, that's good.
so,
Well, I'm happy to hear that.
since I had to be here anyway, I would have been anyway, even if I got the call, I would have stood it.
No, I appreciate you stepping up in this.
Okay, well, I thank you for your concern and thank you, board.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Basically takes care of everything. I emailed you the 141 related to the mayor.
Mm-hmm.
Any comments back from the mayor in that regard?
No, I won't hear back from them until.
Right.
Kevin, you sent that paperwork out. Oh, there it is.
Here it is.
Yeah, I just got it.
Yeah, you guys should all have it.
Got it now. That 50% off my Uber. Okay.
And I think, I guess maybe people just take a look at that. It's an idea that's already been out there and maybe we can. I'd like to keep the paperwork down, you know, and not have multiple pages, but think about what Bruce and I talked about was potentially having maybe several packages that would instruct if someone's coming in for a fence, they're not gonna get all the subdivision and all the other stuff. They just get something that says fences.
Yeah.
And if they coming in for subdivision, they're not
And,
gonna
and the
get,
town of Sodus does that.
yeah, well, most places do. And again, we're not putting anything in here that's not part of the code. We're not
Which is
inventing anything new.
It actually
summarize.
should simplify the process for the applicant.
And it's gonna be easier for me to follow along.
Well,
Novel
it'll
idea.
improve consistency
Yeah.
between
Right.
applications, so such that we're getting what we need to make decisions.
I think that's a way to go.
The
Yeah, I
other
think
thing
it'd
I'd
be a
like to
good
bring
step
up
forward.
is to add seeker into that. Just probably, you know, direction, there is nothing about seeker in it. And I think we should be, as a board, addressing seeker on everything. Just as simply as there's certain applications, fences and single-family residential and additions. Those are what are type 2 actions, and type 2 actions basically don't require an environmental review. So I think we should just state that to cover our bases, and a special permit does not require. But that can get complicated because you can have a site plan with a special use permit. Special use permit does not require seeker, but the site plan does, or could, depending on what you're doing. So I think we should, on every application, before we have a motion, you know, just have a motion to say,
Do we need it or don't we?
yeah, exactly.
I think that's a
Shouldn't
good-
the applicant know that going into? Don't we want the applicant to know that?
Right, with it, doing the form at a meeting is not appropriate, but, you know, it can be done. And then part two of the form should be done by us,
Right,
but
but
part one should be done by
we
the
did the
applicant.
other night, which is,
Yeah, that was just, you know, oversight and it was fine. It's okay, but the applicant should be doing the legwork here.
I think Kevin's more than overworked, so take a little bit off Kevin and her.
Well, you know, it's easy for us to say the applicant should be doing it and Kevin shouldn't. But I know Kevin's gonna run into, and that's somebody that has to do a short form that doesn't use computers. It's gonna be in trouble. And, you know, sometimes maybe those people need to go and get counseled by somebody besides Kevin. But, you know, obviously, they don't need to do a seeker short form if they're putting in a fence or. I mean, technically, you could read the regs and it could say, yeah, you should do it to determine that it's just putting in a fence. But let's not, you know, drag out the system and cost people angst that they don't need to have.
All right. I think there's a motion that needs to be made.
I move that we conclude this meeting.
I'll second that. Oh,
I vote in favor.
I vote in favor.
I vote in favor.
I think we're adjourned. Not our shortest meeting ever, but.
Not bad. We're turning over a new leaf here.
Yeah,
This is my job.
Oh,
This is a good evening for, Linda.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir.
There's a question from the audience.
No public comments there?
Not almost. But thank you for coming.